Music? No. Fuck music. We don't need no
We need
music.
to make an intro. All right, guys. So we're now moving tech and gaming to Wednesday, so we're a week and a half late. But we're actually on time because we changed the date on you guys and didn't tell you. So sorry about that.
Pranked you, bro.
Yeah, April Fools.
Did I just get a notification that I'm hosting you?
I think so.
Funny.
Um,
That's hilarious.
so talking first today, Josh, we're gonna rapid fire off all the new releases coming that came out this week.
Oh yeah. Okay. So new releases we got. For the PS4, Little Nightmares
That came out on PC too.
came out. Yeah, it came out on everything on April 28th. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 came out for everything on April 25th.
Yep.
Didn't get as great as ratings as we think it should have on Metacritic.
Siberia 3 came out and everything.
What was that?
Siberia 3 came
Siberia
out and
3.
everything.
What else we got here? I'm looking for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is just like a, I don't even know. It's like that came out on 28th of April. We had Outlast 2 come out on April 25th, and
Yeah.
that's about
Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed was the one that people were looking for
Oh, what is Tumbleweed?
on Switch.
Anything else? Yeah. Oh my gosh. It says iOS games on it. That's hilarious. Okay,
No Android.
that's about it. Yeah. Why is Android not on here, but iOS is?
All right. Yeah, that's a pretty good release. I think Bartle's like playing Outlast 2 a lot right now.
Yep. Yeah, it looks pretty nifty. Also this month, for the games with gold, you have from the 1st to the 15th for 360. You have
they're
Star
really
Wars,
doing Lego Star Wars.
Force Unleashed 2, and from the 16th to the 31st, you have Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, which I'm actually super pumped for, being a Star Wars buff. Then you have The Walking Dead Season 2, available from last month still to the 15th for Xbox One. And then you have Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Director's Cut that just is free for this entire month for Xbox One. And Lara Croft Temple of Osiris from the 16th to the 15th of next month. And the games, the two games for 360 look very, very, very good. I don't know how I feel about all the other ones though. They're just like, whatever. I actually played this Gianna Sisters. It's just like your standard like puzzle platformer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not too great. I'm actually gonna be making a video on it.
So it seems like Walking Dead always, as they come out with more Telltale, as they come out with more seasons for their games, they make the other versions free.
This is actually the second time Season 2 has been free, because it was free on 360 before, and now it's free on Xbox One.
Here's the question: do you think there'll ever be a time where all of Telltale games are completely free?
Well, you can play all of them, the very first episode, completely for free.
Yeah.
Every single one.
All of them
for
the very first
for the most
episode.
part. But you can't play. They make you purchase the ones after. Like you can do Minecraft, you can do Batman, like you can do all of them.
I think they'll be free eventually.
Maybe.
Years down the road.
Maybe.
But,
I mean, they're not hard games to make because they don't have a lot of glitches. Like it's all just like speech and like choices. And like the newer ones that I played, like Batman was probably one of the coolest ones action wise, but had like some of the worst choices in it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was not contributing to anything.
I was underwhelmed with Batman.
Yeah.
Just to say that.
That's it. That's what's coming
yeah.
out or that's what has come out and will be free on Xbox.
All right, so we're going to talk about Windows 10S, the new operating system. Not really aimed for gamers, but it's aimed at there's two ways to get smaller and thinner laptops. And one is making your software run like a potato to get that,
Which is what we should go with.
to get that smaller thing. And the other one is just finding ways to shove like random stuff in like things that don't fit into laptops. So Windows 10S is coming out. They're basically like taking a stab at Chrome OS, and I don't really know how to feel about it yet.
I don't know anyone. Have you ever used Chrome OS?
I actually, honestly, I've used Chrome OS, and I liked using Chrome OS. But the problem I had with Chrome OS was all of the devices didn't have enough memory.
Oh, so it's like a beefy operating system?
It's not a beefy operating system. It's just like after you start downloading some of the things that's on the Google Store, and it uses like you can run Android apps on it.
It uses apps and stuff.
Yeah, 32 gigabytes is barely enough for your phone now.
Wait, why would they have a Windows 10s? They already have. I don't understand. They already have Windows. Like I don't understand what's.
So Windows 10s is supposed to run on smaller, like basically like your Centrino, your Pentium process notebooks.
Quicker. Just
It's
for,
supposed
to workflow type thing.
Yeah, workflow type things.
Okay.
It has said they have said that so like they have said that it's going to run Windows like normal desktop applications.
Yeah.
But it's going to take some finagling, and you're going to have to like load them into the Windows Store first to install them.
I don't like that.
It's basically them pushing like, hey, we have this Windows Store, and like I'd be all for that if the Windows Store actually had more stuff. Windows Store has tons of games. I'm really happy with that. But outside of games,
Yeah, they don't have a lot.
they don't have a lot.
Other than that, yeah.
Like they don't let anyone else. They don't let Apple create apps for it. They don't Google create apps for it. If they were like,
Right.
oh yeah, hey Google, just create your Google Keep app and have it on here, or have Hangouts on Windows Store. Like if they let Google create those apps, then I would probably use it more.
Yeah.
But so there's two things to this. The
Well,
store
if-
doesn't have anything.
If you want Google to create your apps, you could just use Google OS though. Right?
Well, Chrome OS.
Chrome OS, yeah.
So so here's another thing is like Chrome OS, you have to buy a device that has it. You can't install Chrome OS.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can install a fake version of Chrome OS called Chromium, which is kind of like jailbreaking your phone and installing a different version of
Right.
Android.
Yeah.
But you really can't install Chrome OS. Whereas this, you should be able to install it. So like your
Yeah.
laptop,
Mhm.
the one that is not DirectX compatible,
Yeah.
this should be compatible with that computer, and you can install it and get some performance boost out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. Like, I'd like to see.
Might be something I try out actually.
Yeah, I'd like to see them actually like something stupid, like them like partner with League of Legends.
Why?
Just because like them partner with some game that's like that runs okay on low end spec computers
Yeah.
and put it in the Windows Store. So like you have an MMO in the Windows Store.
Old school RuneScape.
Maybe like yeah.
Because RuneScape has a client now. That'd be
So
hilarious.
I don't know. I'm tentatively excited for it because it makes me think that they're gonna make the Windows Store better. But at the same time, I don't think I'll ever buy a Surface.
No. I've heard horrible things.
I've heard
My girlfriend actually has a Surface, and it's just like if you're used to a computer, because it's like a 2-in-1. It's supposed to be a half computer, half tablet, but it's all tablet. Like it's 100% tablet. Like it's awful to use for regular computing.
See, I've heard great things about it if you spend the money for like the most expensive one, which the one I was looking at to do video editing, Photoshop, had an i7 in it, and it had an NVIDIA Tegra GPU in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was $4,000.
Yeah.
So I was like, then why don't I just go to the MacBook? And then why don't I just buy MSI's new stealth gaming laptop that has a 1080 in it and just say fuck everything?
Wait, read this picture. Free subscription to Minecraft Education Edition. What is that?
Oh.
What is that?
So yeah, Minecraft has become an education tool. They give you
I could see that, honestly.
when you update it to Windows 10, like if you update it early
Yeah.
before they forced you, they gave you the Windows 10 edition of Minecraft for free,
Oh God.
which I never got
didn't
because
even
I owned it.
know that it existed.
So I was like, why do I want to get this version when I have the other version? But yeah.
So okay, so they're basically it's the way of like having new laptops and like stuff come out that can
Handle.
basically lower end, cheaper. So
Yep.
for from what I'm understanding, a lot of education systems can afford easily.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That like 189 is not that expensive.
Oh yeah, think about
Especially because it's gonna be workflow, like like it like that's all you need. Like
that. Yeah.
I don't know any of the specs of any of their laptops or anything like that, but like from what I'm understanding, they're basically trying to target people who don't want huge ass gaming rigs. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That they custom make, and they don't want.
Like Brandy's $1,500 HP.
Right, like that's too much. It's targeting people that just want like I need a computer for doing work.
Yeah.
Like
which is what Brandy's
without getting a what was that thing you could get the Chrome
OS
Chromebook, which is just like ugh, like it's they have this version.
Biggest issue with Chromebook was the fact that
you couldn't install anything. Like it was just
it
was basically it was like a glorified fucking tablet basically that you could flip open. Like
it did run really nice. The only problem is like if you're a student, everyone uses Word.
Right.
And you can't install Word on it.
Yeah, like this is I mean, I don't see any problems with Chromebook or with this Windows 10s as long as they provide applications for everyone to use and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Short intermission.
But yeah, like so there's just these two worlds. So we want to talk about a game real quick?
Yeah.
This will come up later.
So we had oh god. You just pulled it way over. So we talked about how last Wednesday the new Call of Duty had their like live stream talking about their life.
You know what's funny is a lot of people have live streams on Wednesdays, and we're moving our show to Wednesdays, so it's gonna work out perfectly.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So we were gonna watch the trailer, or we weren't gonna watch the trailer. I don't even know.
I think they've probably seen the trailer by now.
Yeah, it's whatever. If you didn't see the live stream or anything like that, we're gonna talk about a couple of things that are gonna be new. Because obviously, like I watched the trailer and I wasn't really impressed by it. Like it just looked like Battlefield 1, honestly.
Yeah.
To me, like nothing's fancy about it.
I think it looks nice. I think it's like because it's coming out at E3 and because Scorpio's slotted to release at E3 or something.
Yeah. They have a couple things that do look good on it though. Obviously they're bringing back Nazi zombies.
Yep.
Okay, which is good. So apparently the story is going to follow the trials of Private Daniels, as the Third Reich tries in vain to create an unstoppable army, blah 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 blah. And it's gonna Nazi zombies is gonna be similar
for the Nazi zombie campaign.
Yeah,
though.
it's gonna be similar to
So the Nazi zombie campaign actually has a story now.
Right, it's gonna have its own campaign that's similar to Extinction Mode from Call of Duty Ghosts, where it had its own like little mini campaign type feel to it. You can pre-order it to get into their beta, which is exciting. They have what else do they have? So they're not gonna have a big reveal until E3 yet, but they are gonna have a couple new modes. So similar to Destiny's Tower and like Blizzard's the hub area in Blizzard's World of Warcraft. They're basically gonna have a headquarters area, which is kind of like a social tool that allows for creative modes and stuff.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I don't think they can do it wrong because as long as people like hang out, like there'll be some cool things.
It makes me think of The Division.
Makes me think honestly just straight up of Destiny's Tower. I don't think anything bad's gonna come out. It's like the hub world in any
So it's
MMO.
supposed to come out in November, so this might be do you think this would be an exclusive, or do you think it's coming out on PS4?
No, Call of Duty's never been an exclusive.
Okay, because like it could be like a Scorpio. Like this will probably be one of the first games available on Scorpio.
Maybe. I forget when the Scorpio was supposed to come out.
November.
Same
time. Right?
So, next up, the thing that they have is Divisions, which is it's in your multiplayer career. It reminds me straight up of just Battlefield, the way Battlefield's designed with the different class system. So it has infantry one, armored divisions, and they probably come with their own perks. I mean, because Call of Duty has the perk system.
Do you think they'll add like the Battlefield's like massive player?
I don't know. They've tried that before, but Call of Duty just doesn't make maps on the scale that Battlefield does. Call of Duty doesn't have the squad system. Yeah. Where you can play with your own squad and never see anyone from your team, like other than that squad in a Battlefield map. Yeah. They also have War Mode, which I actually didn't read this one. It's supposed to be. This is exactly like the Battlefield 1 game mode. I forget what it's called, where you just Oh, operations mode. Yeah, it even mentions it. So it's basically like a little mini story, like a mini campaign that you can play in multiplayer in one sitting. So that's kind of nifty. So
Yeah, the multiplayer for it you can buy into. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, to pre-order a game, all you need to do is you pay the $5. Like, you don't have to pay the whole thing. Like, you pay $5 to pre-order a game.
I was reading up to get in the beta. You have to like buy the whole game.
Maybe, I don't know. It depends on like because you can pre-order from like Target or something.
Oh yeah,
for $5, but I don't know if that gives you.
I don't think that gives you the code though.
Yeah,
I think you have to like buy it from them or something.
Yeah, I would assume so. So for the most part, the game doesn't look. It doesn't look like it's not blowing me away. Okay, but it does have some cool features that are either coming back or that they're copying from other games. Hopefully that they bring some other shit out of nowhere, because if as of right now it looks like they're just copying a couple things, which maybe they can copy it and do it better.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I've played Battlefield 1, the operations mode, and I don't have any issues with it. Zombies, I'm way over. Don't care about zombies really at all. But that's just me. I know most people like freaking fangirl over zombies in a heartbeat.
Yeah, losers.
Losers.
So going back to talking about computers today, so we were talking about how like most computers, you either have to go like super potato-like on the software, or you have to go super
like over the top. You have
over the top gaming.
Like $2,000.
So like, here's a very thin laptop, and guess what's in this one?
What for?
It's processor.
Processor?
Yeah.
i7.
i7. There's a Kaby Lake i7.
Okay.
But it's not locked. It's not unlocked, so you can't overclock it. But it's still a Kaby Lake i7 in this small of a laptop, and I've actually torn this apart because we put in a new M.2 for her because she wanted more memory. And there's enough room in there to fit a GPU.
It's definitely dense.
Oh yeah, it's all
Is there
all
a GPU
aluminum
in here right now?
There is just the Intel one, the
Dude,
integrated
how?
one.
Like look how thin this is. Like compared to my finger. Like it's how? Like
so the CPU sits about right here.
Right. Is it do they have like a smaller version of the
Yeah. They could just put okay, so if you've ever looked at a graphics card,
screw the fans, screw all of that extra plastic stuff.
If you've ever looked at a graphics card, the CPU for a graphics card is no bigger than this is a very old CPU and probably like a 24 nanometer processing, but it's no bigger than this. This is like the CPU size of a GPU.
All right.
Okay. And then all the stuff that's on that board is VRMs or voltage regulator modulators and virtual memory.
Right.
So you could just take all those and put them in different spots on the board.
And just spread them out.
Spread it out.
That makes sense.
But there is enough room in this laptop to fit a NVIDIA GPU.
Is there one in there right now?
No. They don't have that.
So what is this? What GPU does it have in it? Just the Intel integrated?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad.
No, it's actually...
as long as you get the ones that are like really compatible with DirectX and stuff, you have no issue.
If you're running Photoshop or anything else on there, you're fine. Like, that's overpowered. Actually, she can even run DaVinci Resolve on there without any issues.
Resolve's not super... I mean, I've run other things that are way more demanding than DaVinci Resolve.
I was surprised that she could run DaVinci Resolve on there because my laptop doesn't run it, and this computer barely runs it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so then the other way is like shoving over high-end stuff into computers, which that computer costs $1,500. And
did it really?
Yeah, $1,500 for that.
It's an i7.
i7. It has 500 gigabyte SSD. We went up to a terabyte. Okay, so it has a normal like hard drive and an M.2 hard drive.
That still seems. I mean, when I bought my computer, okay, it was an i5.
Yep.
Okay. It was just about $1,000 though. It was an i5 integrated graphics. Don't remember what type of processor was in it. Or what
GPU?
year processor. It was just integrated Intel graphics. It wasn't anything fancy.
So yours was like the same year as my laptop, so I'm assuming it was a 3rd gen. So
yeah, I got it in 2011.
Yeah.
It works fine for like workflow stuff, just fine.
Yeah.
Like I have no issue with it at all. Yeah, I went a little...
I mean, my Pentium works really fine for workflow.
Yeah, for workflow, as long as you're running like a light amount of applications, you're fine. Like, it doesn't even matter what you get. Sometimes it's not even worth it to get a new.
So Gigabyte comes out swinging. Gigabyte's been doing a lot of good stuff in the gaming community, but Gigabyte comes out swinging at Razer Blade and making a thin and light laptop. I actually like my favorite thin and light laptop right now is the MSI GS63 VR Stealth.
That's a long name.
It is a long name.
That's an overly complicated name.
It's probably my favorite laptop, but this one I would want this because it reminds me of the Dell XPS laptop. But it's a gaming one. And the biggest thing about it is it's color graded. The screen's already color graded.
See, I kind of don't really like big cahoots to you if you buy a gaming laptop, but I mean, it can go one of two ways, okay? Either you buy a gaming laptop and you're like, this is great for 3 years, and then you're like, but I want this new stuff now, and you can't upgrade it. Or you can buy a gaming laptop and say screw it to your desktop, okay?
Yeah.
And then just use your gaming laptop as a desktop because it'll have all the same power of streaming and stuff for only about 3 years though. So I think the best way to go about doing gaming is to do light gaming on a laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just use your desktop as everything, and then because you're gonna laptops go out, they get way outdated way fast,
so
way too fast to warrant, in my opinion, putting $2,000 into something.
Here's what I'm gonna say about that. Think about the people that buy a gaming laptop. Think about the people that are actually going out and buying these gaming laptops, because it's not your gamer. So who else would it be? So
nobody's gonna be like, I want the best laptop there, like an old grandma. Okay, I want to see what you have for laptops.
So in the industry that we're in, which is
this ROG Asus that's heavier than your entire body.
In the industry that we are in, which is creative content.
Yeah.
What is the computer that most people use to make videos?
What do you mean?
Which
Apple.
The Apple MacBook. How much does a MacBook cost?
Yeah, it's very expensive. It's actually the regular, the Air is probably more expensive than this is.
I know.
I don't know, but
highest,
very close.
The highest spec MacBook Pro.
I don't even know.
Is $3,000.
Yeah.
Would you spend $3,000 on a laptop to make videos on the airplane?
Nope. No.
Now you can't play games on it that much either.
I know,
because it doesn't actually have a legitimate graphics card.
I guess in price point it's better than what you could get if you went Apple.
So now here's the other thing is we don't travel very much.
But you got to think, anyone who's going to play games, who's going out, I want a gaming laptop for games on the go, or games at friends' houses, or easy LAN parties, something like that. They're not going to be like, I'm going to go with Apple.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not going to be what they're thinking.
That's my point. But think about Kyle.
Right, okay.
This would be perfect for Kyle. He's sitting on the plane. He's got to do his Kotaku stuff. Maybe he start making videos about Hearthstone. He's on the plane editing videos.
Right.
Going to DreamHack. And then next week, he's flying back to Michigan. And then he's got to fly out to the next place. If you're never home...
Right, I could see that. But then I don't... If I had a job that was going... I don't think I would... Still, I don't know.
I love it. I love what they're doing because...
They're powerful. I will give them that. And they don't get outdated as quickly as, your standard... this will be outdated faster than that. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just because that has more processing power, that has a GPU in it, stuff like that... it's going to last longer, and even after it lasts longer, you'll still be able to do workflow stuff on it for,
oh, yeah.
10,
that's my whole
15
point.
years. I understand it, but in my opinion, I think that just the best way to go... I don't hate on them at all. I think having a gaming laptop would be badass.
Oh, yeah.
You turn on your laptop and you're like, ooh, that has pretty lights. But
here's the other thing you gotta think about.
Going with a high-powered desktop that you can customize every couple of years or
oh,
whatever,
yeah.
and then just getting something like this. Or those $189 Windows 10s ones, just to be able to do, because you're going to be able to play a couple games on there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And especially if they really jump on it and really go with the Windows games.
Store, yeah.
Windows
I agree.
games they're not too bad.
But these things aren't for they're not designed for gamers specifically. They call them VR laptops, but they're aimed at content creators. And the fact that they're doing the X-Rite Pantone, which is a fully calibrated display,
Yeah.
shows that. Like, this is aimed at the MacBook users.
Right.
You know, the people that like gaming that don't want to buy a MacBook and still want to edit videos.
Is that why things look better on MacBooks? Are they already color graded
on
the screen?
No,
because like you know how you can look at like even just an iPhone compared to an Android. Most of the time, an iPhone is just like,
yeah,
wow, that looks really nice.
It's
and
because of their
like,
the way that they make their pixels. They overlap pixels, so they get like double the pixel resolution,
smoother.
And it looks smoother.
Yeah, I've always noticed that.
Apple displays are fucking amazing. I swore for that one, so you guys think you're welcome. But yeah, they do look great. But now that with like the LED now that we're getting 4K displays and stuff like that, it's starting to be a thing where, like, this is a computer I would buy. I wouldn't buy it in green or orange. But
dude, I'd go with the orange.
I'd go with the black.
Sick. I like the black too, but the orange is also sick. That green is gross.
Also, I like to put skins on all my stuff, so. But, like, at $2,000...
Yeah, you get a laptop that's going to last you solidly... As long as you don't download a bunch of torrents and stuff on it, that could totally last you 10 years.
Yeah.
No problem.
And the other thing is, it's super thin and super light. It has actual USB ports, Apple.
It does. You know what? Actually, you know what this looks like? Like, just the back of it, other than the keyboard that's just slightly colored, it doesn't even look like it's that much of a gaming laptop. It just looks like a really sleek...
Exactly.
Nice.
Like I said,
nice.
It reminds me of the Dell XPS, which the Dell XPS is a very nice looking laptop, but they don't have GPUs in them. They said they're gonna come out with one that's gaming related, but like an XPS gaming version. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the Razer Blade was nice.
I don't think I've actually ever seen the Razer Blade. Like I don't look too much into laptops because like the one I have right now, even though it's garbage, still works okay. So I'm not on the hunt.
I like the Razer Blade. I would buy it, but...
How much is that?
It's about the price of a MacBook.
Okay.
It's more powerful than MacBook, but when you look at like what you get with the Razer Blade and then what you get with my favorite, the Stealth, MSI Stealth, the Stealth is more bang for its buck.
I actually never knew that MSI made laptops.
I didn't know they make desktops too.
Because the MSI is one of those brands that you can just trust. Like they're like Asus.
Oh yeah.
You can just straight up just like, oh, like that's gonna be good. Like,
exactly.
Like there's a couple other ones like you got Asus. Lenovo is kind of up there.
Yeah, Lenovo you can just buy. Samsung. Honestly.
Samsung doesn't make laptops. And
yeah, they
stuff, do they? For real?
Yeah. Samsung's made my old laptop was a Samsung, the one that has the top off of it because
I did not know that.
The screen broke.
They're not big in the market though. I would trust anything from
HP now.
Basically, honestly, any of the motherboard manufacturers like MSI, Gigabyte, all of those guys are easily trustable.
Believe it or not, ASRock is coming out with a laptop.
ASRock is good. They're like the dumbed down version of Asus, basically.
They released a new motherboard recently that's aimed at like Bitcoin miners.
God, it's still a thing.
It has 6 PCI 1X lanes.
Yeah.
Like 6 PCI slots for 1X cards. So you could put you could just throw like up to 6 GPUs in there.
Yeah.
It's retardedly stupid.
But
yeah.
That's crazy. I'm glad that they exist though. Like powerful on the go laptops, they're good. That's definitely something good for you.
Okay, so Prey coming out and already
on the 5th.
Coming out on the 5th and already have issues.
Like, okay, this is really dumb. You already know my opinions on DLC and like especially DLC that comes out before the game's even launched. Okay, but this is straight up an issue with they have a 1.3 gigabyte update that you can download, but like already? Like, why did they launch the game in, like, 1.3 gigabytes? Okay, in today's standard, it's not that much, okay? But
I don't know, on an Xbox it's a lot.
For a 360 game, okay, 360 games are older, whatever. But a 360 game, like, 6-7 gigs was the entire game.
Yeah.
And now this has literally, it's got a sixth of that. as an update. Like, what?
How
what
do you
the-
mess up
this?
that much?
These are all the things that they missed down here. Okay, they updated
Oh my God.
enemies, weapons, powers, chipsets, yada yada yada. Like, just like they weren't even. They were just like a little bit of bugs and stuff. Which
is
okay,
a lot of bugs.
I would rather have them launch the update, okay, than launch a faulty game and people just hate on them. Okay, because you know people are gonna be like, "This is garbage. I hate this." All right. Even though it's probably going to be a good game.
Is it? But here's the question: is it that far beyond like production that they have to release an update? They just can't release it with the game.
Right, like I don't understand that. Like, I mean, maybe. I mean, they probably since it's coming out on the 5th, all of the copies of the game are probably already shipped.
Oh my God, you're right.
You got to think about that.
Yeah.
So I didn't play the demo. I really wanted to play the demo, but I didn't. But to me, like that's like so much. That's so much update to launch. Like,
Okay.
it's things that they they definitely fix. It was for good reason, but like
That's a lot of stuff to fix,
that's
though.
a lot of stuff to
So like,
make
there's
you download.
There's a lot of stuff you don't get to see behind the scenes in these companies, and I think like one of the things is like there's got to be somebody behind them going, "Hey, it needs to release before E3. Hey, like, are you guys done with the game yet? Hey, is the game done yet? We're gonna start losing money if the game's not released by the 5th. Hey, like that. I think that
you
causes
gotta
a lot of issues.
there's got to be that one guy that's like frantically working on his keyboard. He's got like 3 cigarettes. he's like, give me a minute. I'm still working on this. And like, no, it's got to go now. It's like, fine.
It's the 1920s of game design.
And then he's like, here, take this floppy disk. Pack this in all of the pack a copy of this floppy disk in all of the cases that get launched.
Wait.
And you like open the game and like you open it, you're like, wow, sweet new CD, and there's floppy disk flips out and you're like, what the hell is that?
Except there'd be like 8 floppy disks because they're only 512 megabytes.
They're like, wow, I can't wait to play my new cartridge. Like, and they open the cartridge and then floppy disk like
Okay.
cigarette burns in it. Because the guy's like, right, like
Oh my God.
you can't be like, okay, we'll push it back a week or we'll push
So-
it back 2 weeks just to be able to put this in the game.
Are you excited for Prey?
I'm actually pretty excited for it. I never played any of the original stuff. It looks pretty nifty to me.
I'm not excited for it because I remember playing it. I remember I couldn't get into it. It reminded me of a movie that was out that I can't remember the name of.
It reminds me a lot of a bunch of different things.
But it was like, honestly, like I remember when it came out because it was the first time I ever started like looking at game news on the computer, and they were talking about it because it was inspired by a movie that was inspired by Alien.
Sweet. But
You know what I mean?
so it looks good, and it's made by Bethesda, so you know
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty solid.
There won't be any bad voice acting or animations.
There may not be voice acting at all.
But yeah, that's true. It is Bethesda. There may be no voice acting or voice acting like I took an arrow to the knee.
Right. Themed out. So we're gonna watch the.
I don't have audio set up for the peoples.
Oh my goodness.
You're so like
We need a like technical difficulties. Please wait.
you're so like
Ow.
catering to the peoples.
So am I helping?
No, you're not.
So we're gonna watch this, and to me,
Peggy
this
18.
looks a lot like a bunch of different games.
I mean,
Like a little bit of Dead Space, a little bit of like
Alien versus Predator.
Alien. Looks a lot like Doom to me in a lot of cases. Looks very similar to can't think of it.
I know what's coming.
I don't know. It's just
BioShock even.
What you can do.
Dishonored.
Not even.
I think that like I don't know. I think that these games are popular.
I really like games that have a very, very story-driven single player. Because, like, things are taken away. Like, you gotta think about the amount of games that have been destroyed just because they go away from single player. Like, games that have amazing single player, Okay, and then they're like, the next game comes out, and they're like, let's dabble. Let's do a little bit of dabbling in the multiplayer realm. And then they ruin their series.
They ruin their
like
series.
straight up, the first thing I think about is Assassin's Creed. Okay, because it's their
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is very similar. Yeah, like
I don't know. Like the thing
was-
about it is that this genre as a whole, like I love story. I'm not gonna say anything against story-driven games. I just think this genre as a whole. You have Alien vs Predator, which is the same idea. Dead Space, Doom. This game, it's an over like. After you play like one of them, you're just like, I get to the point where I'm like, why is there point in playing all these?
From the point, like basically like the same as like zombie survival game.
Yeah,
like it's just so overdone.
Like what post-apocalyptic third-person shooter RPG is there besides Fallout? You know what I mean?
A couple. Rage,
but Rage had a completely different. Rage was first person, and it had a completely different like mechanics to it.
I never play Fallout not first person. I feel weird if I'm running around and I can see my character.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What's another one? Like so, there's Fallout. There's Rage, which Rage had its own mechanics and was just completely different.
Right, it was more action.
And then there's technically Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands.
But once again, Borderlands had its own like mechanics.
Borderland was basically just built off itself though. Like
that's
you
my
were
thing.
it seemed post-apocalyptic because it was like they were like barren wasteland stuff, but you were just on a different planet.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even talk about Earth at all. Like Earth didn't exist.
But I mean, like that's my point. Is like all three of those games have something unique to them.
Right.
Whereas these are just you're running around shooting aliens because the aliens are trying to infect you.
Right. Like there's some scientific thing in space goes wrong, and now you have to fight the outbreak.
And there's hundreds of movies like this too.
Right. Yeah. If they do but like what I'm talking about is if they do the story right. I'll love it because like a good story, even if it's something I played over and over again. Like I've played so many shooters, okay?
It'll be like
so many World War II shooters growing up, and then I played World at War.
Yeah.
And I was blown. Like it was so
story.
good. The story was so good. Like on the last couple missions, I totally felt like I was storming the fucking like the Stalingrad and just taking out Hitler myself. Like I felt it was so good.
So yeah, I guess this is gonna be one of those games, kind of like Dead Space, where like you streamed it and I watched it because I like the story of it, but I don't want to ever play it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just buy this game and play it and stream it, and I'll watch it. All right, guys. So, we talked about a lot of topics today, and we spent a little bit more time than we've been trying to spend. But it was a good topic today. If you guys, we're gonna link any of the things we're gonna link all the articles we talked about today below in the YouTube video, and all that fun stuff. So if you guys like this, we're gonna be doing this on Wednesdays now instead of on Fridays. So What's Up Wednesdays on my channel is becoming Talk About It Wednesday.
Talk About It Wednesday. Wow, that has a really nice ring.
That's a really good ring to it.
We'll put all of our links to any social media for ourselves in there as well.
Yeah.
Down in the YouTube video. On Twitch though, we don't care.
Maybe Josh will actually help me with some of the description.
I was going to go home and do that.
But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.